Hello, my friends. This is your happy stamper lady, Rachel Merkin, helping the creative you shine through. You noticed in the beginning that it says "So now what" instead of "out of the box." Little caveat, my paper pumpkin is a little bit lost in all the snow. Have no fear, we will do out of the box next week. So I'm coming to you with a special "So now what" video that I think you're really gonna like. So stay tuned and come and join me on So Now What. This is my Facebook page. Take a look real quick here. Now, I will tell you this week I'm going to be posting a lot of pictures of cards, and we're going to do a little contesty thing of like which ones do you like the best. So I get super excited when you guys join me for that. This, of course, is my demonstrator website, and we're on the last week of celebrations, so you're going to want to get those orders in so you don't miss out on all the celebration goodies. Hello, my friends. And of course, I will help you to know what to order, like what's going to work best for you, things that you feel like, this is what I want to do. I'm like, thank you card person, or I like to do these certain things, and I can gladly help you. So now what is a video that I kind of explain things that maybe you might see something in the catalog and you're not really sure what that is. Some of the So Now What videos, if you go back to the very beginning, I've been doing videos for about a year, and you look at So Now What videos, I talk about the stamp apparatus, I talk about the stamp pads, I talk about the stamps themselves, I talk about how love it, chop it. Those are all So Now What videos that I have done for you. Today I wanted to do a video. We're going to do a card too, as you see up there, a panel card. But I wanted to do a video because Stampin' Up! Has introduced a very cool item that I've not seen before, and I think it's really cool, and I want to show you the benefits of it, because when we start here in March, we're doing March flowers and butterflies. Oh, I love it. And there's a whole new butterfly suite that is available to you for the month of March. So I'm going to show you all of that today too. So now what, butterflies? Okay, so let's talk about, this is in the mini catalog. It is called Mini Messages. And you may have seen it and you're like, I don't really understand like the concept of what that is doing. And so I want to show you. I think it's really cool. And at first I'm not sure that I understood it either. And that's the kind of the beauty of So Now What videos, is I then can show you something that you might not know and we learn together. So that is the beauty of So Now What. Now here's what I'm going to do. We're on our Stamparatus already because it is your friend. It should always be your friend. And my paper is cut up 5.5 inches to fit this guy. And I set it here at this 2 mark. I'm just going to make a mark there. See how I did that? So every time I do my paper, I can go back to that same spot and it is going to be where I want it to be. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. I'm not going to do a ton of it, but I'm going to show you the concept of assembly line stamping that I've kind of talked about in the past. So this is one big guy. Oh, I realized I was stamping something else earlier that I needed the black pad. You do not need the black pad, and actually the black pad will be too much for you when you have the cling stamps. And that's the beauty, because look, I already marked where my paper goes. You put your paper right back down there and you are not going to be hurting. It's going to be exactly where you wanted it to be. I'm telling you guys, the Stamparatus, it's a one-time purchase, but it's definitely a worthwhile purchase for you. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to stamp that whole stamp. It is one gigantic stamp. And you think, what is the benefit of one gigantic stamp? Like, what is that going to do for me? Well, I'm going to show you. So we're going to pat. We're going to get all over our stamp here. I'm just making sure I'm like covering all the bases here. Get in the corner. There we go. Get our little guy there. Now here's what I did notice on this particular one. I kind of get the edges a little bit off of just that one little area there. Okay, let's see what happens when we put our stamp down on the Stamparatus and you just kind of pound, push, whatever you feel works best for you. And you pick it up, and voila. Now, up here at the top, that word is not coming out like I'd like it to. That's not a problem. You can add more stamp to it. Not a big deal. You can go back and press that down. And then you can press down in any of your areas that you feel like didn't show up. Oh, there you go. And they all showed up. Now, I would leave this on here. And in fact, I did this the other night. I'm going to show you my little box. Although my box isn't great, I need a different size box. My idea is great, but my box wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be. Here's what happens. You have a die cut. Are you ready for this magic? Because it is pretty magical. And the way that I actually line up the die cut is the heart, and there's like a couple of little stars. And you see all your words line up, and you're going to run that through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which I've done a So Now What video on that as well. And so when you run that through, okay, you are going to be left with, are you ready for this magic? All these individual little tags that say all kinds of beautiful words. Happy birthday, be strong, be brave, you've got this, just a card to say hello, wishing you a year of magical moments and wonderful memories. Then, see, my box isn't as big as I thought it was going to be. Thank you ever so much. Sending happy thoughts. Hi there. Oh, happy day. Just wanted to say, hooray, it's your birthday. So you got all these tags, and then you keep them in a better box. I got to work on my box system, but you keep them in that box. So what I did the other night was I literally put this down and I stamped in all different colors. And when I did that, then I cut them out. And within a half hour, I had a box full of tags with beautiful words that go for any occasion. Is that not brilliant? I think that is a really, really brilliant concept. So many messages. First of all, I think it could get missed in the mini catalog. I think that you could overlook it and just be like, I don't really know what they're doing there. I don't really know what's going on there. And so I think that could happen very easily. And two, I don't think we really see the benefit of that until, if you're like me, I love having little words. I love having little tags. I love having different size tags. And so this is an absolutely brilliant way to do it all in one shot. And like I said, now, not only did I do words, let me show you what else I did, because this is new. This is coming out in March. So let me put these back. Although, if I were doing, you want me to leave that on there because I'm going to do it later. If I were doing assembly line, which I'm going to do some more because I need some more words, I would leave that on my plate and then come back to it because I know exactly where that sets. And then I'm going to cut it out, and then I've got words, words, words. It's really a brilliant thing. Now, in March, let me take this one off, and I will put a new one, a new piece of paper, same size paper, same place, second plate. So here's another brilliance of the Stamparatus when it has two plates. And you think, why does it have two plates? Well, here's one of the reasons why it has two plates and why it is absolutely brilliant. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. On this one, we're going to introduce the Butterfly Brilliance. Now, this is a suite, and I'm going to show you all the goodies in the suite. But it, too, is one piece. Okay, and you think, that's kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about that. I thought the same thing, but I'm telling you, it is really, really cool. The concept is really, really cool. So you're going to do the same thing. Now, here's what I did the other night, and this is what I wanted to share too. So I used the same color. So whatever color I did my words in, I did my butterflies in, cleaned them off, or did 2 or 3 sets of them, and then did another color, did another color. You see how the assembly line goes. So same thing with the butterflies. We're going to pat, 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 and get all of our butterflies covered over here, okay, and then they're going to go down onto onto your paper, and your paper's in the same place. So now you have two plates working for you, back and forth, and then you're going to have baggies. Until I find my box, I'm going to go back to the baggies. But I was really hoping for a box that I could kind of separate everything in. Hello, gorgeous butterflies. So then I'm going to press down here. I find that if your wings, aren't what you want them to be, oh my gosh, are those not gorgeous? Then, are you ready for this? It too has a die cut. Not with the magnet. The magnets want to make that jump off. It too has a die cut that literally fits over top of all of the butterflies, and you cut out 6 butterflies at one time. And then you get a baggie of butterflies because I did it in all different colors. And then I've got a baggie of butterflies to work with. Do you see the brilliance of that? Like that whole idea behind that, I think is pretty stellar. Now, the butterfly, the whole bundle also comes with, these are gorgeous. This gives you an outline of the butterfly. So you could do it in a different piece of different paper that could make it stand on top of a butterfly you already have, or stand alone but look like an outline of a butterfly. So you get 2 die cuts with the butterfly stamp. Now, I'm not going to cut them out on the Big Shot because you don't need to see me do the Big Shot. But this does not fit on the mini. So this particular, the words, the mini messages, and the butterflies, when they're all one big thing like that, they have to go through the big cut emboss. But I was talking to my friend Trudy the other day and pointed out to her that about 75% of what we have in the catalog. Now, did you see what I did? I have to say that too. So I'm not going to do it on the video because you don't need to watch me do it over and over. But I need to make more butterflies and I need to make more words. So I'm going to leave these on the plate exactly where they are. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do more assembly line over and over again. So do you see that brilliance? There's really something pretty spectacular about being able to do that. Okay. So I've shown you the Butterfly Brilliance. It is actually brilliant. I love it. But I have to show you something else too. So the Butterfly Brilliance, the whole suite, if you decide to do the suite, comes with DSP. Love it. Beautiful DSP. Now, this is 6 by 6. So Love It Chop It, when you do Love It Chop It, it is 12 by 12, and you do Love It Chop It. So go back and check out my So Know What Love It Chop It. However, Love It Chop It for 6 by 6 paper is super, super easy, my friends. So you have 6 by 6 paper, you cut it at the 2-inch mark. So you have 4 by 6, 2 by 6. That is all I do to love and chop my paper for 6 by 6. So let's take a look at this gorgeous paper that we have. So you've got your butterfly on the one side, and then on the other side, hello, tie-dye. That is super, super cool. So you got like a tie-dye. Then this one, the same thing. You've got, sorry, I got to get a hold of it. You got a plethora, all the beautiful colors. And then on the other side, you have like orange and yellow tie-dye. If you know me, that's not really my thing. But this side is gorgeous, and I will totally be using that. Then on this one, this is so pretty, like the teals. And then look, you've got like an orange on that side, not tie-dye, kind of like a reminding of like little pebbles or something maybe. Super, super cute. Then on this one, you have all, no, Rachel, no, wrong. I just showed you that one. You have all of the butterflies in all the beautiful colors. And then you've got like a pink orange tie-dye. Super, super pretty. And then this one, are you ready? So pretty. You have like pinks and teals and greens. And then you've got this gorgeous, like, that's like, Bermuda Bay. That looks like Bermuda Bay. Okay, so you have that paper. You have one more set of paper. I have to show you the brilliance on this because it's amazing. Then you have this 6 by 6 paper. Sorry, I did not cut this paper, and I will tell you why. Because the die cut literally goes over top of, so I got like a little bug there. goes over top of, trying to set it down so you can see, goes over top of the main images of those butterflies and cuts them out. So then you get 6 more butterflies. And I did not waste, it leaves little strips. I cut those strips and left that extra tie-dye for myself. Now, you don't have to do that. And if you don't get the die cut, you obviously can hand cut those out as well. I'm a fussy cut gal, so fussy cutting doesn't bother me. Some people don't love it, but there you go with the butterflies. Is that not amazing? I am loving that set. Now that will be available to you March 2nd, and I'm going to use that as part of my whole March Madness with butterflies and flowers. March Madness with butterflies and flowers. Then it also comes with, I didn't even pull this out of the thing yet, 2 pieces of this paper that look like wood grain. That's part of it. Comes in the set as well. So there is your bundle that's coming your way March 2nd. That's available to you. Now, I want to point out to you, okay? And then we're going to do our card real quick. Celebration is about to end, my friends. This video, I do my videos on Monday. This video comes out on the 22nd, and celebration is over on the 28th of February. So you do have time to get an order in. Ask me if you go back. So go back to my January videos and all of my February videos, and I have highlighted celebration over and over and over again. So some of the big things, of course, we did Hey Girlfriends all month long, right? But in January, we used the corner bouquet with our adorable snails. We used Heal Your Heart, which was another great one. In February, we've used A Touch of Ink and Berry Blessings. You guys, there's so many good things in there, and all the papers that you can see up close. You do not want to miss out for every 50 or every 100. And I'll show you real quick. $50 free. All this is free. Okay, the donkeys, which are super, super popular, free. Birthday Perfection, free. Oso Ombre, free. Field and Flower, or Flower and Field, sorry. All of that is $50. You get those for free. And for every 50. Not just one time, every 50. So if you have $200, you get 4 things for free. Or you get 2 things for free if you want to go the $100 route, which is the Touch of Ink and the Berry Blessings and Berry Delightful DSP that come together. Okay, which I just showed off in my last video. So I just didn't want you to miss out on all of the goodness of that. And I'm going to show you some cards I made, panel cards I made using up my DSP. This panel card is a great way to use your DSP because it uses it so brilliantly, so pretty, with all the ways that you can do it. And I wanted to use it at my celebration. I got it for free. I want to use it. Okay, so my goal was on this was to show off the DSP and to show off all these words. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. All right, are you ready? So the panel card itself is 4 inches. That's unusual because normally it's 4 1/4, but it's 4 inches this way, 11 inches this way. Now, I only give you 2 scores because you can flip your paper over and score it exactly the same on both sides. I find that to be easier to remember 2 scores instead of 4. So you're going to score it at 2 1/4 inches, and you're going to score it at 3 5/8 inches. Now, remember, on the cutter, just a quick reminder, those of you who do not need math reminders, you can completely ignore everything I'm telling you right now. I, on the other hand, need math reminders. I have to count. So when you have the score line, so between the 2 and the 3 inch, or the 3 and the 4, any of the inches, you have 16 little slashes. Okay, so 5/8, doing your fractions, would actually be 10/16. Okay, so you would cut it at 3 10/16 or 5/8 inches. So if that helps you to cut on your fractions and your score lines, that helps me. I got to think about it sometimes. And then you're going to score it at both sides. Okay, so I'm going to score it one side, I'm going to flip it, score it at the other side. Then I'm going to be left with, this is my front panel. When I say front panel, These are my little side panels, and you have front and back. This is my back panel, but you have 4 little side panels and 4 big side panels. And here's how you fold it. Okay, the front, doesn't matter, they're the same. The front, I fold in and back out. In and back out. So it looks like this. Okay, and the back looks like that. Okay, and it can stand, which is super cool. So when someone gets the card, it can actually stand up for them. Now, these are the measurements that I came up with. You can do whatever you want. I found this to be the easiest, I guess, when I was kind of cutting my paper. And so I'm going to go over the pieces and I'm going to put it on while I state my pieces. So when I say the front panel piece, 4 inches by 3 11/16 inches. So you count to 11 on your little square mark. So it's actually the 1 square mark right underneath 3 3/4. If that helps you. Okay, and so this is going to go on my front panel. All right, now I use glue. I always use glue, but you're welcome to use whatever your heart desires for adhering your stuff, but glue works the best here in our crazy Ohio weather. Now, when I am adhering, okay, remember, I'm a lefty who's a right-handed person. I'm a right-handed person who acts like a lefty. So I have to turn everything kind of weirdly sideways. But what I'm looking for is I get it close to the edge on both sides. The other thing I like about glue, you guys, and then I push down on both sides so that I can adhere it really nicely. Glue gives you a little bit of wiggle room, not a ton, but enough that it lets you get it set just right. Okay, there is the front. Then let's do these 2 pieces. So then let's do the big side panels in the front of the card. And the big side panels measure 4 inches by 2 3/16 inches. Okay. Now, your paper can be anything you want it to be. What I love about our paper, many things I love about our DSP, is that it's double-sided. So that means you get more choices, in my opinion. You get more ability to choose. Now, the same thing I do here, I go down and I push down. Look at that gorgeous color. Beautiful. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So when I cut my panels, I choose what paper I want. I don't do the same panels in the front and the back, so I do 2 panels of one design and 2 panels another design, but you do need 4 big panels and 4 small panels if that helps you to plan ahead. And all I do is what is aesthetically pleasing to me. So if you have a different design style, obviously you need to do what's pleasing to you. Now, the little baby panels, okay, on the front, the small side panels are 4 inches by 1 1/4. So we'll go ahead and put those down. Okay, isn't this gorgeous? This paper is so fun. Of course, it's very springy feeling, and we keep hoping, you know, we are approaching March, but we still have lots of snow. In fact, I think right now, currently, it's about -10 degrees with the wind here in Ohio. But, you know, that's how it goes. That's how our weather goes here. But I am thinking about those, whoops, wrong one. I am thinking about those who are in Texas because obviously they are not prepared for this kind of weather. And, you know, I can laugh about it because here in Ohio, we're always prepared for this weather. You know, people, the salt trucks are ready and that kind of stuff. Like winter comes and that's what you do. But they're not prepared there. And so, yeah, I've been praying. I've got friends who live in that area. So I've been praying for them through all of this craziness. Okay, so there's your front. Is that not gorgeous? Now, let's go to the back. On the back panel, I don't know what just happened to my voice right there. It's feeling a little rough. on the back panel, there we go. On the back panel, this is an accent piece. So, or no, this is the main piece. The main piece is 2 1/4 by, this is 3 11/16, and it's the same as the front. Now, again, you don't have to do that. I just kind of got into a rhythm as I was doing, like as I was putting my pieces together. And I got into a rhythm as I was cutting. And so then I was like, oh, I like how all of that goes together. I think I'll just use that. So that's kind of what I did. But again, you could do whatever your heart desires. Let's do our big pieces on the back, and the big side panels are the same. So the same size, just different paper is the only difference there. You're just using different paper. Right? Got that. And that. And then we'll do our little small panels. So what I found that I did, I wanted to share with you guys because this was actually pretty cool. Another idea with assembly line. You know, so now what video I want to share. I want to share tips with you. I want to share things that I have worked on that I think work well for me. Assembly line is one of those things that I feel like works well for me. And I'll tell you, with these panel cards, it definitely worked well. And when you see all the panel cards I made. So part of the reason is that I'm out of cards, which sounds crazy. I know I make cards all the time, but I sent about 100 cards in January. And so I've kind of been on a sending card kick, and I'm like, oh, I really need some cards. And so I like to do stuff that I can then make a big bunch of cards, have a good time. I always want to have fun with it. I want to be making cards and be like, oh, and act like I'm like all irritated with making cards. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I want it to be fun to make cards, which it is. I enjoy it. So, but this one ended up being super, super cool. And so I want to share that with you too, like how to use your bits and pieces, because that's kind of what I ended up doing on this card because I wanted to use up all my celebration. And so I wanted to use my bits and pieces. Okay, this piece here is an accent piece. And so this accent piece on the back is 3 11/16 by 3/4 inches. And then do that there in the middle. Okay, so then we've got our little extra pieces. I think I want to do, yeah, I like that there. I feel like I'm missing one of my little side guys. Maybe stuck in my box somewhere. This guy, I said he was 3 11/16 by 1/4, but actually this one I made a little shorter for my accent piece. Again, there's no right or wrong. You can do whatever your heart desires. These little extra strips are, what did I say? 4, I sound like pirate, are 4 inches by a 1/2 inch. And I did 4 of them as well. I feel like I am missing one. I'll have to get my paper and cut a little baby strip for myself. But I like doing the accent on the edges of the big panels. And so that is part of that. I was trying to see if it fell. It's all good. I will just cut another little piece so you can see it. So I liked the little accent, but again, everything that you're seeing me do, please realize that you can do it differently, that it's really, it is about aesthetic. Okay, so that is the back, like fully done. And what I love about these cards is that the paper is the hero of the card. And so you do all this super fun paper, and then all you have to do is add little bits and pieces and your cards are done. And truly, you guys, that is how that is how it worked out for me. Like that is truly, truly how it worked out for me. Okay, I'm missing my front panels, but I will take care of it here in a minute. So this is the front access panel. It's 4 inches by 1 1/4. And then I said 4 inches by 1, but again, I made it small. You know how I like to do that. Change it up. In fact, I actually like that pink, so I'm going to do it on that side. So there you go. You just get your little extra doodads and kind of go to town. And you don't have to do the extra front panels. I think like having the 3D is super fun. I think it adds to the look of your card. So what you're doing is you're just using up your paper. And so for someone who's a recovered paper hoarder, because I certainly have been a paper hoarder, where I'm just like, oh, it's so pretty, I don't want to use it. Kyla Bertucci has certainly helped me to think outside of the box on that and be like, you have the paper, good gravy, just use the paper. Like, why are you hoarding your paper? There's really no reason to hoard your paper. So I'm just going to cut one piece really quickly so you can see the full thing done. I'm not sure what happened to my extra little piece there, but no worries. All is well. We'll just cut another little piece and put it on there. So this is what you end up with. And then you can do as much or truly as little as your heart desires. And so that's what I love too. You do not even have to do a ton on this because look how beautiful it is. Now, I left a little bit of white because that's where I want to like write or do whatever. But here's where I came in with my little box of goodies. Trying to think. Oh, I like that sending a smile your way. That kind of has been a favorite of mine. So I like that sending a smile your way. Trying to see what color I'd want it in. Oh, hello. So you see, when I was doing these cards, what I did was I had everything laid out, and I still do on my table out in my living room. And so I had like a pile of my words, and everything was divided. And then I had a pile of things that I wanted to use. So on my table currently, and I'll show you the cards that I already created. On my table currently are snails because they're snails and they're fabulous. So sending a smile your way, and then I can decide if I want to do something 3D. I certainly have the option of doing it 3D. Let's dump our butterflies. Dump our butterflies out. Oh, isn't that pretty? That's very pretty. So then I can just do a little butterfly. Now on the back, I will glue him because it closes. I think it closes a little bit easier. So there you go. And then I'm done on the back. Then I'm just going to sign my name or write. So on the front, my options are also whatever catches my fancy. So I could do a more plain, not plain, that's not the right word, without all the color, because I feel like there's a lot of color on there, although he is pretty brilliant. No, I kind of liked him from the get-go. He's so pretty. No, I like that green one. Just trying to decide if I want something a little bit small. That's pretty too. So it's just play. There's no right or wrong. And then on the front, I will do dimensionals because I think that's nice. I think dimensionals are nice. And then I'll do another little saying. So what do I have? So on the back, I said sending a smile your way. How about, oh yeah, I like that. Okay. How about, I think I know the one I want on the other side. Oh, that's pretty. I'm so happy to celebrate these moments with you, sending a smile your way. Oh, yes, brilliant. So, ta-da, there you go. Do you see how easy that card was? And that is literally all I'm going to do, you guys. That is all I am going to do to create this card. And then I'm going to show you a plethora of cards. And then you get to vote on cards with me too. But look at that. So that came from the mini messages, okay? So I have a pile of these cut out so that I can just go through, and then I had a pile of my butterflies cut out from my Butterfly Brilliance set. And then look at this gorgeous card that we just created in moments. Like, look how beautiful that is. You'd send that, you'd be so happy to get that card. That's gorgeous. Okay, so on the So Now What today, I wanted to talk about these new, I don't know if they're going to do a ton of them, but they have done a couple that I thought was interesting. So I want to talk about how it's one stamp with a die cut. So we've got the mini messages and the Butterfly Brilliance, which is getting ready to come out. You'll be able to have that. And then look at God's that DSP out. So good. And I wanted to show you kind of the beauty of the assembly line with that. So with that in mind, let me show you just some of the things that I've created. Are you ready? I say some, but it's gigantic. Okay, so I wanted to use up all the Celebration DSP. This is the Oso Ombre mixed with the Snail DSP. Okay, and I did that with several. Are you kidding me? These snails, you guys, they make me so happy. So I did the Oso Ombre mixed with the snail paper and all the little snails. Now, this is Flower and Field, can you believe that? Mixed with Oso Ombre and the snails. Hello. And if you notice, all the words are from that one set, that mini messages set. Every word I used this time was from that set on purpose. So don't you love that combo? Now, Flower and Field with the snails. Yes. Oh my gosh, I was freaking out. I thought they were so cute. So this is all Flower and Field paper, and you guys, I used it up. I have no Flower and Field left. I have no Oso Ombre left. I have no, what is the first one called? There's one more set of paper that you can get. Oh, Paper Blooms. I have none left. I used them to the max, but I think I did well. I like it. Now, this one, I did the touch of ink. Okay, and again, this is the Flower and Field. How elegant is that? Here we are at the Paper Bloom. Oh, I know. Now here, I'm not done. I want to add gems. I think adding a little gem would be nice, but this is the Paper Bloom. And so then I also took my butterfly punch and used the paper and just punched out a bunch of extra butterflies because it's me and I want butterflies. So this is all the Paper Bloom. Isn't this beautiful? And the words are all with that. Now, here's a sneak peek. This is the other set. This is Love Always that we're going to be using with our butterflies. So you're going to get some of this paper coming along the pike. Hello. These, I need to put my happy anniversary. There's a happy anniversary saying from the mini messages, and I think that'd be beautiful because I have some anniversary cards to send out. So these are gorgeous. So do you see the versatility? You talk about the panel cards, but all of these panel cards look so different. And of course, I had to finish off my berry paper, you guys, with my little girls. I had to do it one more time with my little girls because they're brilliant and I love them so much. I love the Hey Girlfriends. I hope you guys do too. I think they're so cute. Look at these. Aren't they so cute? I am loving them. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so that's what I created. I just did a few, you guys. There you go. Did a few cards. But I did them very quickly because I had everything laid out. I cut all my paper and scored all my paper. And then I just sat down and decided I'm going to use this DSP and this is what I want to use with it. And then I kept kind of doing it in assembly line. So it's really, really brilliant. So I hope that that helps you to think outside the box a little bit with maybe how you create for yourself. Let's go to the front screen. I hope this Sew Not Wet video was helpful for you. I enjoy making them. It's been a while since I've done a Sew Not Wet video, and I'm really excited about the many messages. I'm glad that I checked it out because I wasn't sure how it worked either. So I hope that you guys check it out and look for the Butterfly Brilliance, which will be only available it's going to be in the new catalog from what I understand, but you get a sneak peek and you get to order it for a month. 1 month in March, you get to order it early because the new catalog won't be here until June, the end of June, I believe. June, sometime in June. So anyway, there you go. You want to jump on that Butterfly Brilliance to be super fun. So what I'm going to tell you to do, my friends, go and make the world a better place in your way. Put a mark on it in your unique way because you are uniquely, wonderfully made and you have a voice that needs to be used. The world needs to hear it. The world needs to see it. So until I see you next week with Out of the Box, hopefully my paper pumpkin arrives, I bid you adieu.